Hey everybody, welcome back. It is so good to see you. I'm just so glad that you've stopped by my channel. I had a doctor's visit today and I talked with him, and it was the neurologist, Dr. Barry Hendon here in Phoenix. And I actually talked with him about several things. One, I haven't been feeling very good at all. So I have tried very hard to take care of some things, and I've been sleeping and resting, so that's one of the reasons why I haven't actually uploaded a video. So I sincerely apologize, but I'm going to get that done this week. I have 2 or 3 ready to go. The other thing is, he asked me, he knows about this YouTube channel and he knows about how I feel about the Ocrevus and how much I really enjoy it, and I'm really hoping that a lot more people actually see this. I do not care about which disease modifying therapy that you're on. The one thing that you need to understand, there is no cure. None. No cure for multiple sclerosis. There is none. None. So whatever you think about what the doctors are telling you, they're probably helping you to understand what the medications are supposed to be doing and how they're supposed to actually stop some things. Yes, they can stop some things, but you need to understand that this is a disease modifying therapy. This is not a cure. There is no cure for MS. He said that he has some disappointment from several of his patients, or from a few of his patients, that was letting him know that they are disappointed with the Ocrevus, or they end up disappointed in the beta-serons, or they end up disappointed in the Avonex, or in the Rebif, or in the numerous other things that you could actually be using. And one thing that you guys need to understand, there is no cure. There is no cure for this disease. And so that being said, first and foremost, when I explain to you about my success when I am on Ocrevus, I have been in the double blind, meaning doctor and I did not know that we were on the study, that I was taking the actual medication. I was in the single blind, meaning I did not know if I was getting the medication. Excuse me. And then I was in the full disclosed part of the study. I studied this probably 6 to 7 years ago. I was in the study for Ocrevus. Now, being that the study is completely done, the medication is actually on the market, it was disclosed to me that I was receiving the medication in the double blind, receiving the medication in the single blind, and then undisclosed, everybody in the study got the actual medication. During my time on the medication during the study, my life improved because there were other things that I was doing as well. I wasn't just on the Ocrevus. The Ocrevus actually helped me maintain health. It maintains, it helps you to maintain what is happening in your world. If you say that you have a bum leg or an arm that doesn't work really well, or maybe your sight is not absolute perfection, you need to understand that any medication that you're on, and I'm specifically talking right now about Ocrevus, is that you need to understand that this medication is not a cure. I don't know how many times I can actually say that. There is no cure. The medication is meant to be a deterrent. It is a deterrent. And what deterrents do is that they deter future problems. That's really what it is. And Ocrevus specifically has a very high rate of preventing further exacerbations, for preventing further damage. But there is still a percentage that the disease is going to take its toll on you. The definition of a disease is that it is a progressive medical condition. The definition of a condition is that, like cerebral palsy, it does not get worse. The brain damage or optical damage or nerve damage that anyone with cerebral palsy has, it is there with them for the rest of their life. It will not progress, okay? Disease progresses, okay? It continues to further to intercept, sorry, I have dogs. It continues to put damage in the body, the brain, the spinal cord, however you want to describe it. Ocrevus is one of those medications that slows down the progression because its ability to stamp down the immune system. I don't know how people have explained it to you. I have said over and over and over, really, what multiple sclerosis is your immune system decides to attack your own body, and it goes for the electrical system of the body, the brain, the central nervous system, the spinal cord, the base of the function of the body. And I have tried to explain this over and over, and I don't have enough questions. I do not believe that people understand that a disease-modifying therapy is just that. It modifies. It does not prevent. It does not cure. It does not anything. And through our conversation today, my new Ocrevus is actually coming up within the next week or so, probably next 2 weeks. And I'm really looking forward to my next 6-month infusion. And I am very, very happy on this medication. I was under the understanding reading, and I read the whole 45 pages that they gave to the people that were in the study. And I understood. I couldn't tell you what the, like the neurons and that kind of stuff, they actually... the protons and neurons and the chemical compounds, they put pictures and stuff like that in that paperwork that they give you. Don't be frustrated by it, but try to read exactly what comes in your excerpt. In all the medication comes with a basically like a handbook thing. It comes with describing exactly what it is. Within the first paragraph, it kind of explains that it's just here to lower your chance of exacerbation, to lessen your chance of recurrence, meaning the current damage that you currently have. It slows down any irritation of those types of things that are within our bodies. Now, my spinal cord is the one who looks like salt and pepper. It's supposed to be all nice and white. Mine isn't. Mine literally looks like a salt and pepper shaker. I understand that my damage is in my spine. Again, I have a few lesions in my brain, but I do know that when I start to not feel good, like kind of like how it is now, I don't feel good, and therefore I am having a lot of trouble breathing. Now, if you don't see me gasp. Anyway, with that, it's just shortness of breath. My diaphragm, there's a lesion actually on my spine that has a tendency in the area that controls the diaphragm where you breathe, in that spinal cord somewhere in the back here, that actually does affect my breathing. Now, with that, when I have been sick, I have had a very bad kidney infection, and I let it go on too long because I just didn't want to take the time to go to the doctor. Finally, once I went to the doctor, I got on some medication. Things are going well with that. With that being said, because I drug it out so long, I caused the irritation to my own spinal cord. I've been working a lot. I wouldn't say that I'm overtired, but I'm off any sleep medication that I take, and therefore I do not sleep well. I'm off of graveyards, coming off of that. I had a very bad cold before the kidney infection. So the combination of that is what has caused the problem, the flare-up with my MS. And it's just because I know that my immune system had to fix my kidney infection. It had to fight against the cold, the virus. And so that really what it does is it overactivates your immune system, or it activates your immune system. And then what happens is once it cures that, what happens is your immune system just does not know when to shut off. So, in turn, what it ends up doing is attacking the brain, the spinal cord, the optic nerve. It goes for the central nervous system of the body. So you, as a person with multiple sclerosis, somebody needs to understand, somebody in your family needs to understand how the disease-modifying therapies work. I'm slowing it down because I have a tendency to be very fast. And I'm slowing it down because I need for everybody to understand there is no cure for multiple sclerosis. None. There is not one on the horizon. There isn't one that is coming anytime soon. They do not even really know exactly where it came from or how it gets going. There's not even a definitive 100% answer to that. It doesn't care about color of skin. It doesn't care about your race, your age. It just doesn't care. It's your own body attacking your own body. So I just need everybody to understand that that's really what Ocrevus is about. I've been on Avonex, I've been on Beta-Seron, Copaxone, I've taken Gilenya, which I had a lot of success with. I just didn't think it was aggressive enough for me. Gilenya I really enjoyed. I've been on Tysabri, I have been on There's one more, please forgive me. All these names just run together. Again, I've taken the Tysabri, that's the one with the black label, that's delivered to you with your 1 month infusion that comes with a black label. That was one of the first ones that was introduced that was a month long. We didn't have to give ourselves shots every day or every week. The Tysabri, and then there's another T one, and forgive me, please. There's just so many that I've been on. They all tend to run together. I should write them down. Oh, Tecfidera, the Tecfidera. The Tecfidera was another pill one. I've explained that messed with my blood sugar so bad that I actually lost consciousness. Now, that's just my reaction to the medication. That does not say that the person sitting next to me is going to have issues with it as well. That's not what I said at all. That person could be 100% successful on the medication, maybe throughout the rest of their life only have 5 major attacks, and you know what, live till they actually die of heart failure, or they die sound asleep in their bed. And that's my goal. I don't know what everybody else is living for, but this is not, again, I just need to stress to you all that this is not a death sentence, though. There are medications that can slow the disease down, and I have worked so hard to try to get you guys to understand that again, this MS is not a death sentence. It is a speed bump and a challenge, and you have the right to change it. You have the right to tell your brain, I don't want to do this. You need to fight back. You're the only one who can do it. No doctor can do that for you. No doctor can tell you that you need to go to the gym every day and you need to work toward keeping those muscles strong and fight against a disease that is working to beat you down. Okay, that is all on you. And if I can do it, Lord knows anybody can do this. Okay, I have said this over and over to my family and everything, including my father, including my Aunt Christy, that I have discussed before, with both of them having it as well. I've even talked to my great Aunt Lois, who, and unfortunately, fortunately, excuse me, I just lost her just a very short while ago. A couple years ago, maybe 5, but she was almost 90 years old, or almost 90. She had MS. There is a success when it comes to fighting this disease, but you have to do it. It is mind over matter. The heart remaps itself over a stenosis, a blockage. They're little tiny capillaries that will actually grow around that heart around that blockage that will continue to supply that section of blood. That section of the heart with blood for a stroke victim. You can retrain different parts of your brain to do the same thing that stroke affected, to teach your brain to do something else. You can do that. People come back from strokes all the time, but it takes hard work. It takes hard work, it takes repetitiveness, and it takes dedication. And that is what I have done. I have had MS for 18 years. 18 and a half years now, almost 19 as a matter of fact. And you know what? I can still run. And I do not have a mild case. I have explained to you guys before that I had to go through chemo because I thought I was going to die. And you know what? What turned me around, one of the things that turned me around was exercising. Even if that means get out of your chair, get out and walk through your house. You don't even have to leave the comfort of your home. Walk 25 more steps than you did yesterday. Walk 30 more steps than you did the day after that. Then just continue, strengthen those muscles. You're changing not just your body, you're changing the outlook of the end of your life. You need to understand that. If there's other things in your world that you actually do to break down your body, it's a personal choice, okay? I'm not a drinker. I'm not a smoker. I definitely don't do those. Excuse me, I know my dad was a smoker for several years. He actually smoked 5.5 packs of cigarette a day. And, you know, he died of lung cancer. You know, that was kind of a given. To me, 5.5 packs a day, lung cancer, that should be the first thing on his death certificate. And you know what? It was. It was the first thing on his death certificate, other than numerous other things, because my dad was just extremely unhealthy. He was an alcoholic till the day he died. He quit drinking maybe the week before because he just felt awful and he couldn't breathe anymore. And then guess what? Maybe 2 weeks later, he died. But MS was never listed on his death certificate. I have said that before as well. My Aunt Christy, the same. She was a heavy smoker. They lived through the 70s. I was born in the 70s. So, and you know what our parents smoked when they were pregnant with us? They rode down the street with, you know, the windows in the cars like this, smoking, 25 cigarettes in the car. We could end up with lung cancer, but our children hopefully won't. We know the dangers of the cigarettes now. So I'm trying to let you know what the dangers of your disease are. I'm trying to let you know obesity, danger. Okay? Inactivity, danger. Just letting yourself believe that you're going to die. Danger, 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 danger. These are things that only you can change. And you know what? I'm here to helpfully support anybody else who would love to fight. I fight every day, and I do find that there are plenty of people out there that really want to do it. They don't believe that they're going to die from this. They do work hard. And you know what? Sometimes the disease is a lot faster than others. Sometimes it really is. Again, I am not a doctor. I am not giving you medical advice. But I saw an improvement when my dad started going to the gym after I started going because I had explained to him that how I was feeling. I felt better in my central core. My balance was so much better because I was stronger in my central core from my hip flexors all the way up to my neck muscles. I was so much stronger just by exercising. And all I did basically to start was I went and I started walking on treadmill at like maybe a half a mile an hour because I was so bad on that right side and I was struggling to just walk. So I would force myself 5 minutes on the treadmill, and then eventually I worked up to 10 minutes, and I would walk over and do a couple small 1 pound, 2 pound weights, and eventually I just got up to using the weight machines, and it was absolutely amazing. It really did change my life. I explained this to my Aunt Christy. My Aunt Christy, she ended up going and having her grandson help her. He was the head gym person, and I mean the trainer at the gym that they live in the little city that they have in the little city that they live in. And she ended up doing so much better. She was feeling better, sleeping better, eating better, body functions worked better, everything. And she would tell me about how she was so excited because everything for her was just working better. Now, again, my Aunt Christy died of lung cancer when she started to not feel well. Her MS was never even an issue. My dad actually stopped walking with a walker once he started to go to the gym. He drove until basically the day he died, and he was very impressed with that. Once he started going back to the gym, he was so excited. Now, my Aunt Christy and my dad both took the Avonex. I lost them years ago, so they didn't have access to the Tysabri, to the Tecfidera. They didn't have access to the Ocrevus like we have now. I just don't think that I can stress to anyone enough that there are natural things that you can actually do. Taking vitamin D, talk to your neurologist about that. They'll let you know about what type or how much they want you on. I am a huge supporter of working in succession with your doctors, but educate yourself. Go back to the doctor and say, hey, I heard about the Tecfidera. I kind of want to try that as well. It's just a pill, no shots, no 6-month infusion, just a daily pill. I want to see what that does. Do your research. There is no cure. Again, there is no cure for multiple sclerosis. There are just disease-modifying therapies that can help you live a much longer life. That's really what they do. They can extend your life. And this disease is still going to take its toll on you. I wish I had better information for you. It will. But how you react to that and what you do about it is up to you. So if you have any questions, just subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment in the bottom if you have any questions, if you need any help looking for doctors, if there's anything that I can do to help you, even if you live in rural Arkansas, rural North Dakota, rural Oregon. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're in Europe, Russia, China. Let me know. Put a comment down below. Definitely let me know, because I'd be more than happy to attempt to help anything, even if you're out of country. I would do anything to help. So let me know. Anyway, I hope this information is just at least a bit inspirational. Realism. There's a lot of people that are actually going to talk crap to your face. They're going to tell you, oh yeah, they'll eventually find something and don't you worry. And those are the people that have no idea about this disease. They're not the one living with it every day. They're not. They're not the one that has to get up every morning. They're not the one who rolls through quicksand just to get out of bed. Or just to make yourself something to eat, or like some of us even trudge off to work during the night, working graveyards. It's up to you. You know what? You make your destiny. That is how your life is, period. You are in charge of your destiny. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and let you all go. Let me know again if questions or comments, and also share these videos on your YouTubes, on your own YouTube. Share it on your Facebook, share it on your Twitter, share it on your Instagram. Do what you can on your Tumblr, whatever you like. let me know. I would be more than happy to talk to anyone. If you know anyone who has MS, share this on your Facebook page. There's always someone who can give you, who knows somebody with MS, but a lot of them are just, they don't know what to do. They're just stuck, and they just don't have a positive forward movement in their life. They have a lot of enablers who just want them to lay in bed, and they just want them to waste away to nothing. But I mean, well, and I don't think that's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's not that they want them to waste away to nothing, but they don't come at them with educated answers. So families just support them when they want to just lay in bed, or people with MS that just say, oh, I really hurt today, so I'm just going to go to bed and I'm going to stay there. If that's what you want to do for the day, go for it. But you know what? Don't make it a habit. Don't make it your everyday experience at all. It's not going to help you. And you know what? If anything, it's going to give MS the power. And you know what? If you don't want to give it that power, then don't. You're the one who can choose to change it. So whether you're healthy or not, I'm going to let you know to stay healthy. But I really hope to see you guys in the next video. All my love, and we'll see you soon.